What's up, y'all? So I had to let me put my sock on real quick because I'm about to take a walk. What's up, y'all? So breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Coming to you from Atlanta. Now listen, I had to get on here real quick because I knew I didn't want it's fresh and I didn't want this to leave me because the war is real. So I just got out the bath, right? I just got out the bath, enjoying myself. Anytime I take a bath, anytime I'm around water, it's me time. I'm in the bath. Made me some dark chocolate brownies. It was over. Had some strawberries and some juice. I'm just enjoying myself. All right. Oh, and some almonds. So I hear something outside when I get out the bath. And my plants is knocked down. And I'm like, it ain't even that windy. How the plants knocked down? So God told me, he said, don't worry about it. Last week, my next door neighbor that lived above me put some Juju dust on my plants. Mind you, every time these things happen, I don't see it. God said, because it's not relevant. My whole time, dude, supposed to be schizophrenic. God said, it don't matter what you is. Bipolar, schizophrenic, autistic, retarded. It doesn't matter what you are in the mind. Because the spirit will inhabit you and take over your whole body. He's trying to take the vibes. He's not going to do it. So I put my clothes on. Because I heard something in me was like, go outside. I heard something. But it wasn't, what I heard wasn't what I thought it was. Because it was it was like a very small, faint noise. It's kind of like, you know when a mother or a father hears their child, and like, I heard my child. Because they're so in tune with their child, all their child got to do is scream a little bit. And it's like, there's a sense, like a connection. And anything that I like, either it's mine, anything that I paint, I have a natural connection to it. I can tell if someone tampered with it, because when you're in tune with the spirit, I don't know if you have the gift, but for me, I can tell when people are lying. I have like a natural metal. I said metal detector. I have a natural lie detector in me. People will just start telling me. They'll tell on themselves. So, that happened. One time I got off work, and one of my neighbors was like, "I want to buy a piece from you." I said, "You got the bread?" Because I'm not going to entertain nothing. Because like people will just use you for your energy. I'm not going to entertain nothing. I said, "You got the bread?" Because she never got no money. So I'm like, "How you going to buy my painting? How are we going to barter this?" Because if it ain't money, we're not talking. So, and mind you, I'm not painting for money. I mean, I'm gonna get money. I'm painting from my soul. This is a real, like, remember when Erykah Badu said I'm sensitive about my shit? Exactly. Anyone that's a natural creative, they're very like, their creations are like children. Like, I'm very sensitive about this. So that happened. Mind you, it only happened right when I decided to put my clothes on and leave. It's like, whole time I was in the bath, nothing was going on. I was enjoying my bath. But it's like the overall environment. This might sound a bit pompous and arrogant, but it's true. If you're chosen, just one chosen can light the whole city. Like it's like a light bulb. One chosen one has enough energy to feed a whole block. Meaning that once you move, the block's going to change. You won't know because you're gone. Or similar to a job. Once you leave that job, the energy different. Whole vibe is different. Because you yourself you have an ignition. Like you're an igniter. You ignite a certain energy. And once it's depleted or you're gone, then it goes back to the old world of whatever it was prior to you being there. And everyone in that environment knows it. That's the thing. Everyone in that environment knows it. So I'm finna take a walk, you know what I'm saying, just to get my body moving, you know what I'm saying? And I still got that injury from the hip. It's not as bad as before, but it still lingers. So the nurse told me to keep my body moving, stretch, you know what I'm saying? And that was that. Part 2. So I posted I made a video when I was walking back home from the library, right? And this dude is behind me, starts asking me all these weird ass questions about a bus. Like, yo, where the bus at? I said, yo, it's to the left, to the right, both 2 bus stops. Whole time he was trying to go home with me. God said, it's your energy. I said, what the fuck that got to do with the bus stop? He said the bus stop was an entry into the conversation because he knew that you would never entertain these conversations. So he said, what direction you going? I said, it don't matter. And I kept it pushing. Because what happens is, mind you, I live in Atlanta. So all these, not to say all, but a huge majority, this is basically gay Mecca. So a huge majority of these men can be coerced. Let me not even give it that much credit. They can be seduced. I don't even want to give that world that much power, but because it's not an allure. They're not allured like a woman could do to a man. They're just weaker men, if that makes any sense. So he looked at me, I looked at him, and I kept it pushing. I turned around, he was gone. That's how, when I tell you, my head, I'm about to get a headache. Stay focused. Stay driven. And keep to the path. And you know why I do this now? It's not even about the money no more. I know it's real. That's why I do this. I know it's real. If you knew my personal life, I have no money. I don't never got no money because all my money is invested into art and to making this dream actually become a reality. And also my writings, I write too. But the point is this. Why does a person with so little get so much flack from the world? Since I was a baby. Whole time, if anyone knows my heart, I'm a giver. I was born a giver and a lover. I don't want no problems. I'm just trying to catch a vibe. For real, since I was born, I just want to catch the vibes and go. But I can't do that though. Let me tell you another example. So someone had called me yesterday and was like, do you want to chill? And I was like, I'm good. But they caught me off guard because I got a new phone. So I didn't know whose number it was. I answered it. I'm like, who this? That's what I said. I said, who's this? They was like, such and such. And I'm like, the same such and such that I had an argument with like 2 months ago? What you mean? I ain't say that part, but it's like people will play you stupid. People will literally play you stupid because they know that you have a kinder heart. You have a softer heart. Like I don't remember stuff? You think I'm dumb? So God said, let them be them. Let them do their thing. But still move accordingly. Because they think that you're gonna, people think that people think that people that are that God has put his hand on are literally retarded. So use that to your advantage. So whole time, God, I had this feeling right when I was on the phone. This feeling came about out of my body, and he was like, he's trying to siphon your energy, even through the phone call. So he was like, call me back later. I ain't call. I deleted the number. I deleted the number on site because that's how powerful this war is. I remember one time, one of his little shorties came through the crib when we were smoking, and he kept saying, I'm him, I'm him. He said, I get all the bitches. I said, oh, for real? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not about to, rain on no one's parade because I already know what time it is. I know the truth. So the woman, the woman that came over, she was pretty, but he kept talking like down on her because he needed to prove his dominance. That's how I knew he wasn't him. When you really him, you don't gotta do nothing. So I started talking to the woman just to make her feel a little bit at ease, you know what I'm saying? But she kept looking at him because if a woman is focused on a man, she doesn't want to appear as if, even just saying things like hi. I didn't see women do like this, like, huh. It's like because they don't want any inclination or any type of anything that the man can say, oh, you trying to talk to these niggas? So I said hi to her, but I could feel the energy. I'm like, oh, she wants to she wants to get to know who these other people are. So I kept it quiet and I was like, he was saying that she was a bit weird. I said, no, she's different. Different is weird, but different is different. So and she smiled. I smoked the blunt and I bounced. Because I was like, this whole dominance thing is not gonna work. Because anytime you down her, something in me is gonna defend her. But this ain't my girl though. So I hit the blunt. Mind you, every time the rotation would go, she wouldn't hit the blunt. Because she wanted to hit the blunt with him. But he wouldn't catch the hint. Even though he knows it. Any man that is around a woman that likes him knows the vibes. And I'm like, why am I catching the vibes and you not? So I was like, I'm about to bounce real quick because she's trying to spend time with you and you're purposely ignoring her so you can what's the word I'm looking for? So you can I don't know. So you can promote your dominance. And I'm like, I'm too old for this bullshit. I'm finna go. He blew my high. So after that, I'm like, all right, cool. He bring her over again. And once he came over, I left. Cause he was like, why you leaving? I'm like, cause she want to spend time with you. I had to there's a certain point in your life, if you're chosen by God, that you gotta be blatantly honest with people, even if it hurts. Because people know. People know. They're playing dumb. Like, for real, they're playing dumb. People know. If anything, people know before you know about any of the God conversations, about the gifts, about the energy, about the vibes. People know. That's why they keep using you. I'm going to say this again. I didn't say this so many times. If God has called you for a mission, if you're chosen, if you have a mission, if you got the vibes, if you're meant to help this earth ascend in any way, use this time now to build a standard for yourself before things change. Because things are going to change already. Things are going to change. Wait till the season change. Wait till it's springtime. Wait till it's summer. Your life is going to shift. It's going to be different. I'm not going to say how different, but it's going to be different. It's going to be really different, and you're not going to understand why. You will know by the works you've done, but you're not going to know how it went from here to here like this. You're not going to know. Just let God do it. So I can say this. Build your new life now. For myself, I'm just going to be transparent and admit my sins. Many times in my weaker days, even though I yearn for love, my body will say, the body is enough. So one of my shorties will come over, you know what I'm saying, boom, boom, boom. And then she'll either leave or I'll let her stay overnight. God said, no more. My child, no more. My son, no more. Find a way to utilize those energies differently. I know it's difficult, but do it because you're blocking the essence of the true woman that is meant to come your way. If you keep, if you keep dicking down these shorties, she will be like, it's like a mirror. She's gonna be blocked off. And it's like, remember on Wakanda, and they was like, I feel something, but I can't get through. It's gonna be an invisible, an invisible wall that she can't get through because your life is blocked off by other females' territorial energy. And women know it too. Because once your life is gonna change, women will come out the woodwork. out of nowhere. It's probably the same thing for women as well with men, but as for me, I know my ills and I know what I got to work on. So, cause a woman, even today, when I went to the library, one of my homegirls pulled up and was like, "Can I come over today?" And just kept smiling, and I'm like, what's going on?" And, but she's a good woman though. But at the end of the day, I'm at a point in my life where I want to transcend. I want to go here with it. God already told me that I'm like so close to the mission, like so close to the thing. But He was like, I need a few things for you to do to clear out before things really start shifting. So I'm like, all right, bet. That's why he pushed me to paint more, because painting is the only thing. It sounds sad, but painting is the only thing that prevents me from being around women, especially if I know that I never had to work to get women. You know, well, let me rephrase. I never have issues with women, but He will never let me get the ones that I want because He needs me to work. Like, basically, you can't give children, like your child or humans, anything if it's too easy, especially with God. Nothing is easy with God. So He was always telling me, like, my son, you get women easily. You don't have to try. But the ones you really want, I'm never gonna let you get it. Because one, you're gonna get complacent. Your ambitions is always high. You're gonna get them and then get complacent and do like this. Because once you're happy, you become complacent. The drive, the test is what keeps you going. That ambition drives you, because God knows that I like ambition is the only thing that can fight me, that can fight off women, because I like to attain things. So He told me when I was younger, He said, I'm gonna let you get these women, but you're not gonna get the ones you really want, because that's for the chosen path. You'll get what you want, but you do these homework assignments first. If I give you her first, you won't do half of the work I want you to do. And also, you won't know how to lead her to help you with the task that you all both have to do together. I remember when I was younger, all the women I really wanted to date, because I never dated anyone. I never had not one relationship in my whole life. Odd, right? I had little flings, but I never had a real relationship. He wouldn't let me. But He did tell me that when you get to a certain point, I'll give you one. I won't just give you a relationship, I'll give you a marriage. Because I wanted to marry when I was very young, like 22 years old, like young. So, but God knows He knows our trajectory. He knows our whole path. He knows our whole life. He wrote the whole thing. It was written. So what I'm trying to say is this: continue the path. Don't let the weirdness, don't let it get to you. Like, for real. Because the other side, the demonic side, knows that we know. Like, it's not, the veil is so weak and thin right now. So much weird stuff is just going on. But stay vigilant. And every day ask God to help you with your trials or your sins or your tribulation, any complication that you have with yourself that you know that can't go to the higher you. Have God help you get that out of your system. Like, how, like, people have bachelorette parties and bachelor parties, they be, what I'm saying, doing their thing before they get married. Even though I think that's kind of pointless, but you get the point. Try to get that out your system before things get serious. Because when things get serious, God's not gonna unserious it just because you can't deal with the fire. He's gonna say, "Didn't I just tell you how to do it? Why you sweating it? Get to business." So what I'm trying to say is this: do what you can to do right by yourself. Be very selfish this season. Be very, very internalized. Be very, very secluded. Be, not to say hermit, but be very secluded. Be very, like, to yourself. Don't talk to many people. Be silent and just work, work, and work. See this like high school or college, university. Just work. If you trying to get that 4.0, just work. Don't hang with nobody that wanna go against what you got going on. Remember in school, what you doing? Studying, so you ain't trying to drink. Didn't I just tell you I was studying? You ain't trying to smoke. You ain't trying to go to this little party right quick. Ooh, I'm done.